guys, welcome back to another episode of Sports Dynasty. Today we are looking at the Premier League, the currents on the table, and other stuff. So, sitting here with me, we have
Akainu Marilyn.
and she's a co-host, so we are getting a lot from her. Let's take a look at the league, the table, the Premier League. We had Arsenal leading the league with 9 points against Manchester City, but recently Man City has closed the gap and is even challenging the throne for the Premier League. What's your take on this?
What I would say about Arsenal is, can I just say Arsenal is just one team that is just inconsistent, because how will you tell me that you are leading the league with 9 points and then you just bottle the league by, in a space of how many games, you just stand, you draw, lose some games, and then also you bottle some trophies like the Carabao Cup and also the FA Cup trophies. So what can I just say about Arsenal? I don't actually know how to put Arsenal, but I think what the problem of Arsenal is it the players? I can just say they are the players that are actually, they don't have that team spirit, the winning spirit like Manchester City. We see Manchester City as that team that would like to fight for everything.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how Real Madrid managed to knock out Manchester City from the Champions League, because from the way Manchester City is playing now, it shows that Manchester City is that type of team. Pep Guardiola, in fact, is that type of coach that he wants to fight for everything. He wants to own everything in the Premier League. And if Arsenal allows Manchester City to win the Premier League this season, I'll actually call the Premier League as a farmers league.
Yeah, this goes to show that when you're striving for something, you should never give up, because we never thought. No, everyone was agreed that the league is for Arsenal, but for City to close this gap,
The gap of 9 points.
Yeah,
That City has been inconsistent this season. The way at the start of the season, City shows like they're not fighting for anything.
Yes.
They're looking at it. City might win the domestic treble this season because they already have one trophy in the bag.
Yes.
They are in the finals of another trophy, and now they are fighting for the first spot. We can just say they are leading the Premier League because they still have one game around. And if they win that game by 2 goals different, they are leading the Premier League.
They will win the Premier League by goals.
By goals.
That's the debate that is really hot right now. Man City taking over the league by goals, and it's something that has occurred once or twice where a team leads the league by goals, and this is quite chaotic. But let's move on to the next. So we are looking now at the match of Real versus Real Betis.
Real Betis.
Real Betis,
Yeah.
yes. Where we saw Real join the match with 1-1. And not only are they leaving the leagues, the games empty, trophyless, they are also joined back in their games. What do you think is really happening with Real?
With Real Madrid, what I can just say with Real Madrid is that the players are not serious.
Mm.
Because Real Madrid has all those players. They have all those stars like Kylian Mbappe, Vini Jr., Bellingham. They have those stars in their squad.
Yes.
So even without the coach doing whatsoever he wants to do, you people should have that zeal that we want to fight for something.
Yes.
You have already been knocked out of the Copa del Rey, Super Cup. They won during the finals. Then Champions League, you have already been knocked out. Then you have just the league to fight for. You just sit down and you just start playing rubbish. There are times that like this game, this is Real Betis. People thought, I thought Real Madrid would fight with this game. They would like win Real Betis, close up the gap to 6 points. Even though Barca had one point at hand, one game at hand, one game at hand. So you have to like win that Real Betis, close up the gap, and mount pressure on Barcelona, because you know Barcelona just needed to win Getafe, and they need to win. They need just 4 points.
Yes.
Winning Getafe with 3 points and drawing with Osasuna, they are already taking the lead during the El Clasico.
Yeah.
You just sit down, you draw, you just play. The defending was so poor, because look at what Mendy, what he did. You allow Anthony to foul. He not even foul him, and then you are complaining for no reason. Stand up and defend before you complain. There's one thing that teachers will always say, that obedience before complain.
Yes.
Defend first before you complain about the foul. You allow him to have freedom on top of the ball and score his goal. And then after that, it shows that without without winning that Real Betis, capitalizing on that win that day, you already gave Barcelona the free mind to, like, even if I lost to Getafe
Yes.
or I win to Getafe, there is less pressure. Because Barcelona was already one man that their main player is already out, Lamine Yamal. One of their main players. There is no Rafinha, no Lamine Yamal. You know that they are the two people that are holding the team. They are already out because of injury. And then for you not to use that as an advantage to mount pressure, because Barcelona going to play Getafe without Lamine Yamal, and they know that they are just 6 points, and then they need to take that lead before the El Clasico day. For you not to win Real Betis and mount pressure on Barcelona, so as for them to have that panic and lost the game. You went on, you just relaxed, play whatsoever you wanted to play, and you took a draw from there. And then also, they will be playing on the 10th of May. They will be playing the El Clasico on the 10th of May. So what will happen on the 10th of May with this type of play that you people are playing? And on that 10th of May, it shows that Barcelona, they will be handing the La Liga title to them. If on that 10th of May. So what you need to do is win them, give them that pressure on the anything that happens on the 10th of May. Don't carry that disgrace in front of Barcelona squad.
Because the list will the table will probably close with a very wide margin.
Yeah, now it's 11 points lead.
Yes, it will close with a very wide margin, and that's really embarrassing for Real Madrid.
For Real Madrid, they must decorate club, as we know.
And now we're going to talk about the Liverpool versus Newcastle match. Yeah, what's your take on it?
Actually, I did not watch that game, so I don't actually. What I know is Liverpool won that game. Now they are fighting for the Champions League spot next season, and that was so impressive. That was so wonderful from them, winning their game and closing that gap to the Champions League, going to the Champions League this season, because Liverpool as one of the top 6 in the Premier League. So they need to be in the Champions League almost every year. So, like a club like Liverpool, just imagine if I'm a supporter of Liverpool, then my club is playing the Europa League, or I'm a supporter of Barcelona and Barcelona playing the Europa League. It's kind of weird. So that was so wonderful of them winning that game.
So we can agree that Barcelona has a big chance of winning the home league.
They have already won.
Yeah, they have already won the league because they're having the upper hand. They're having the goals. And let's talk about the FA. Let's talk about the FA Cup. We know that Man City and Chelsea are going to face each other. We know that it's going to be a fight, a tooth and nail fight, because Chelsea needs a goal, it needs a trophy. And we have Man City, who is also fighting to keep a position as a winner of the FA Cup and the home league. So basically, Man City is going for the kill at both spots. So what can we really expect from the match to come?
Okay, about Manchester City versus Chelsea in the finals of the FA Cup. If it was Arsenal, I would say Arsenal will lose the game, because Arsenal is fighting for the Champions League. They are fighting for the Premier League. So Arsenal is not that type of team that you say they will focus on. They are actually focused when it comes to something at hand that they need to achieve. I don't know what's happening with them. If it is Manchester City, I think Manchester City is going to go through with the finals, but omitting Chelsea from the final, I will not Chelsea as that type of team that does not lose the final. There's this type of motivation that comes within them that when Chelsea reach the finals, they are a beast. So when they are playing a big team, Chelsea is a different team. With smaller teams, they can do anyhow with Chelsea, but when they are playing a big team, Chelsea makes sure that they give their best, and they're in the finals. So not Chelsea for winning. Like during the Club World Cup, Chelsea played Paris Saint-Germain. What we saw there was Chelsea beating PSG 3-0 in the first half of the game. So Chelsea going to this game, we cannot just rule out Chelsea from this final. So it will be a tough game to watch and an entertaining game to watch. Yeah, so there's a lot to expect from the finals. But I think Pep Guardiola will go through, because he's that man who has done a lot in football. He has a lot of numbers, a lot of trophies. His cabinet is so full that maybe we cannot even count. So Pep Guardiola is not something that we should. Chelsea for now, we can just say Chelsea is it emotionally or mentally disturbed, because their coach has been sacked from one coach. That means they have been having 2 coaches, 3 coaches now because the one that is the interim coach that has taken over
Yeah.
he's the one coaching the team. So Chelsea, the players have witnessed three different type of play. So everything is showing that Manchester has 99% of going through.
And every coach that comes into the team has like a different base structure of play.
Yeah.
And for the players to always be adapting to those structure of play is not really that easy. So yeah, but many fans that have interacted with, that have spoken to, have testified that Chelsea can maybe perform a miracle in the final.
Yeah,
So,
we know Chelsea for
yeah.
a minute, because even yesterday, watching Chelsea yesterday, Chelsea was not actually. I watched the game yesterday; they were not actually good.
no, not
I watched the game for the semi-final; they were not actually good as we thought, meaning Leeds United, because Leeds actually gave them a headache of their own.
Yes.
Chelsea went through. So what I would say is that Pep Guardiola is winning the FA Cup, and if Kane not taken, he's winning
the Premier League. And that's not easy. And tomorrow we'll have a very hot match. Tomorrow we have Paris Saint-Germain
versus Bayern Munich.
So that match tomorrow is really something that many fans would like to hear from like us, from like the host, how we think it will play. But for me, my hot take is Paris Saint-Germain has always been in control of the field.
Yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain loves that aspect of control of the field. We saw it against Liverpool, where they made sure that Liverpool never saw the goal. So
even against Chelsea,
yes, against Chelsea, yes, they have this new technique where if they decide that you're not scoring, if you're not putting a goal in, no goals.
If they decide that you are not touching the ball, you are not touching that.
Yes.
Because we saw it against Liverpool where they passed the ball around. Was it how many minutes? Against Liverpool, the only thing that stopped the ball was when they scored the goal that stopped the ball from their feet. So PSG is that type of thing that they know how to press. Their midfield is good. Their attack line is good. Even though some players like Desiree, I'm sure he's on injury, and Noni Mendes. I've not actually checked, but I'm sure he picked an injury. So Bayern Munich versus PSG tomorrow. It will be a very entertaining football game to watch, because Bayern Munich is not just about thing that Bayern Munich is also sit. You know, Bayern as one of the leader, as one of the people to win the Champions League this season. The way they are playing, even they are already their leagues, the champions of their
leagues. Yes, they are the top with 26 to 86 points.
They have players like Harry Kane, who is always in the box to score. The one thing with Bayern Munich, they are not actually convincing, because watching them against Real Madrid, that had Real Madrid that is not actually people. Real Madrid gave them the headache of their own last champions.
For every goal that Bayern Munich was scoring, Real had an answer, but could not keep up.
Real could not keep, and if Real could like capitalize in that game, they would have won Bayern Munich in that game. So going to this game, I think PSG is going through.
Yeah, they have their upper hand somehow.
Yes, upper hand to go through.
Because we will see a lot of pressure control. Many fans have seen the new PSG, and they're like, PSG is always trying to control the ball, to control the games. And we can see that when they try to attack and they lose the ball, they immediately form a defensive position, which is to get that ball back. So we can, if care is not taken, Bayern will not have a goal.
And PSG is going to win the Champions League 2 times in a row.
And that will be,
it should not happen.
Yes.
Bayern, please.
Yeah, we need some changes to the Champions League.
Yeah.
And finally, we are going to close the topic of discussion with Okay, so guys, thank you guys for joining us today, and have a nice weekend. When the games are over, we'll come back and discuss on the games. Marlene, do you have any closing remark?
No, there's nothing to actually talk about. But one thing I want to talk about is predict. Who do you think is going through tomorrow? Is it Bayern Munich or PSG? Drop it in the comment section.
Yeah, please let us know what your thoughts are.
Thank you.
Thank you.